engine that the traditional 4G63 guy hated to hear was in the Evo 10. But Evo 10s are getting more and more popular, and 4B11s like the shirt here, that's the power plant behind it. Now there are more and more new products coming out, and we've got 2 new products here specifically for the Evo 10 that we'd like to showcase with you. Just a reminder, you could be watching us on Instagram, or you might be watching us on YouTube and or one of our Facebook pages. If you are watching us on YouTube or Facebook, you're going to catch all of the multiple cameras and all that stuff. If you're catching us on Instagram, let's have Cam 2 show us what's working on Instagram here for us. We've got Sam using a cell phone. So that's the Instagram feed. It's not as sophisticated, so please join us on YouTube or Facebook. And I know a lot of the guys out there, one of the Facebook pages we have is the Shootout page. So hello to all the DSM and Evo supporters out there. Thank you so much. And let's take a look at this product from MA Performance. Now, Evo 10 guys, you know, these engines tend to build up a lot of heat near the firewall. And one of the products to fix that, to keep the rest of the car from catching on fire, is this heat shield here from MA Performance. We're going to find out exactly what the gauge metal and all that kind of stuff, but essentially it bolts right in. It's already covered on the side that people are going to see. It already is covered, so you can peel this off once you have it installed to show its surface, but it's a nice brushed, I'm pretty sure this is stainless. We'll get the confirm that once we get them on here, but yeah, it's a nice hefty piece that'll basically block off all the heat going to that side of the firewall. That's on that passenger side. So, you know, if it was in the car, it would basically just be like that. So right in the corner. So definitely a cool product there to consider. And then also want to show you their catch can assembly. So this is going to go where the factory coolant reservoir goes. And you have the unit here, all the hoses, the breather system, basically everything you need. And let's take a look inside. So it's very easy to service. I didn't open this up earlier, so I have no idea what's inside. No, got your stainless steel in here, and got your, I believe this is a, all right, we're gonna ask them what this is actually. It might be, I think this is the indicator. It goes in here and it can tell you without having to open it up. This is pretty cool. Check this out. So without having to open it up, that level in there is gonna make the cork come higher and higher and higher, and it tells you, hey, wait, it's time to empty this thing out. And it looks like, to empty it out too, they've got a fitting here, which may or may not run back into it. So before I tell you anything more about this system here that I could possibly get incorrect, we're going to bring in Charlie and Dalen. They're from MA Performance. They're going to talk about the products that we have. Welcome, guys. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good, good. You can hear us okay?
We're all good.
All right. All right. So we got a couple questions already coming in, but just tell me the parts I messed up on. Do you happen to know the gauge of this material?
Yeah, so that's going to be a 16 gauge 304 stainless.
Okay, so 16 gauge 304 stainless. So I got the stainless part right. What else did I miss on this? Was there anything about this that I failed to mention?
No, I mean, you kind of touched on all the basic points of it, and we kind of talked a little bit on camera about, or off camera about it, that this is actually a product we initially made, I think it was 10 years ago at this point, when the car first came out. And we had noticed that we saw the ABS unit getting really, really hot. We saw a lot of the firewall like padding material getting hot. And we actually made a really complex version of it that covered the most firewall we could possibly make it cover. But it was a really big pain to install, and it didn't sell well. We got a lot of feedback that customers were just not happy with what we did. By the time we had kind of looked at revamping it, a bunch of others hit the market. And we kind of just thought, we don't need to just add to the pile of products for this. So we kind of set it on the back burner and just kind of made it something that we knew we wanted to revise, but we're not in a huge rush for it. So we kind of spent on and off over a couple of years making a bunch of different options. And the #1 goal in mind was that we wanted it to be easy for the customers to install. So that's why it's 2 pieces. is you can assemble it in the car, out of the car. It's going to fit with big turbo manifold, stock turbo manifold. We used all nice hardware with it, so it's for the most part, I think all but one bolt is all stainless hardware, so it won't corrode. You know, we're from the Midwest, so they just throw salt on the roads for us up here, and it just eats our cars from the inside out. So we've kind of made something that is going to last the life of the car and is really easy to install. And kind of the byproduct of all that is that we want to make sure it also, you know, prevents things from catching on fire. So we've had it on. We have 2 Evo 10s here that we've been testing it on, plus a couple customer cars, and we're not very nice to the cars at all. So far we've yet to catch anything on fire, so I'm going to call it a success.
It sounds like a success. And price-wise, these are about $180 in that range?
Yep, $179.99.
Very cool, very cool. All right, so moving over to the catch can. Tell us a little bit about this. Did I get this part right? Did I figure this piece of the puzzle out right?
You were really close. The float is actually on the coolant side, and that's just to be able to tell when you're filling the coolant level, to kind of keep an eye on it, because we based it around the factory system and what the factory system would hold on the max line. So if you fill it too much, it's going to start to kind of spray the coolant out.
Okay.
And you can kind of set the level.
Okay, so this is, so I missed this one actually. I missed it bigger than I thought. This is actually two things in one. We've got both the catch can here and the coolant reservoir combined into one unit. Got it.
Exactly. That's a catch can and coolant reservoir. Just because we're replacing the coolant reservoir, we wanted to make something that was still kind of a good combo tank for everyone, and you know, easy to use and aesthetically pleasing. So we think we kind of nailed it on that one.
Very good. Well, we're going to have some questions coming in. I want you guys to try something over there we haven't tried yet. Do you think you guys can try to move from where you are in that room and kind of go over to manufacturing and see if we can still maintain a connection? We may drop you, but you want to give it a try?
We're down.
I say I'm down to try. Otherwise, if it doesn't work, we can jump in on the phone too.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead and let's try that. We're going to see. I think we got a few questions in, so let's try to get these answered. Do we have some?
What application is this for?
What application? So I believe this fits all 2008 through 2015 Evo 10s.
He said yes.
Yes, okay, so he said yes. So we'll see if we can pick them up here. I can't see. I'm going to turn my head now and try to see. Oh, there they are. Okay. It's a little bit weird, you know. I'm sitting here. They're talking behind me, but I got to look this way so they
see. Probably, if you want to turn it.
Oh,
if you can kind of hear us here, it's going to get a little bit loud, like we mentioned.
Okay.
But yes, right now we're walking down from our upstairs conference room into the actual manufacturing facility. So this will be where parts are designed, made, kind of everything in between. And then behind us, kind of right over there, our warehouse is also going to be kind of hidden away. So first we'll kind of just peek at the manufacturing side of the firewall heat shield where things get welded. We'll see if Charlie can walk backwards without tripping. So yeah, we can kind of turn here. I would just turn this way.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So that's going to be the actual manufacturing side of stuff. So that's where all of our products get welded, or if there's any bending or anything like that needs to be done, all right over there. Mm-hmm. And then this way is all of our CNC machines. So right where that catch can gets manufactured, we're right over there. I'm going to have Charlie hang out for a second. I'm going to go see if they have anything over there that they're in the process of making. I just don't want to surprise them just in case. Lots of spinning heavy machinery, so I don't want to surprise them.
No problem. So Charlie, I got to visit you guys a few years back when you guys were doing the Proving Grounds event, and got to go to the facility. This looks a lot bigger than I remember. Is it the same place I came to, or is this a bigger facility?
So depending on when you came to visit, this could be our newer facility. We also added, I want to say it's another couple 10,000 square feet of warehouse space when we did move into this facility. So we expanded so we could have more inventory, which meant just more stuff on hand, ready to go to customers as soon as they need it. And obviously just, again, getting stuff to people quickly. It's getting loud if you can't tell.
Actually, we hear you pretty good here, believe it or not. It's probably it's easier for us to hear you than probably it is for you to hear us, maybe.
Yeah.
So let's see if we got lucky.
We actually got lucky. They're right in between shift chains right now, so we have kind of some quiet machines. I can show you around really easily.
All right, let's go back there. We got a question too?
How long has MA Performance been around?
So if you can still hear me while you're walking, tell us a little bit about the history of MA Performance. How long has the company been around?
So we've been around since 2006. I'm going to steal the laptop now. So we've been around since 2006. We actually started out as a shop that mostly worked on cars. Kind of the story of a lot of the manufacturers this day. We were a service shop.
Connection's unstable. We'll see how long we last. So we worked on cars for a really long time. We actually started with DSMs and Evos back in the day. From there, we started to kind of make our own products when we realized that some of the stuff on the market wasn't what we wanted to install. And then from that, we became dealers of a few, like Injector Dynamics, Fuel Injector Clinic, and we started to become major dealers for the parts that we needed for the cars we were building. And since 2006, we've kind of grown and expanded and found what we were best at. Now we're about 80% online sales, and then about 20% of it is all our in-house products that we manufacture right here. And we don't actually work on any customer cars anymore. Some days that is kind of sad, some days it's exciting, but it kind of allows us to focus on the products themselves right now. So this is kind of a quick glimpse of our CNC area. So we have a Mazak lathe, we have a BF4 and a BF2 Haas machine. So all of the catch cams that you see are usually run on these two machines right behind me. So we run runs of, sometimes 50 to 100 of those at a time, which, as you can imagine, keeps these guys very busy.
Very cool. We got another question coming in. Go ahead.
When is MA Performance going to bring out their big turbo kit for the 10th Gen Civic SI?
Okay, 10th Gen Civic SI. When are you guys bringing out the big turbo kit?
I'm hoping very soon. So we've kind of been saying it on and off for about a year now that we're just about ready with it. And we keep finding little things that we want to improve and finish up. With kind of how everything happened with the COVID experience for us, we've been busier than we've ever been before. So product development and releasing of products actually slowed down a lot for us in this time because we wanted to put all of our focus on getting what our customers ordered out to them. I'd really like to say Q1 of 2020, or 2021, we're gonna see that release, and I'm gonna do my best to make that happen.
Now, what are some of the challenges with that particular application? Is it just a fitment and trying to get everything in there to package it, or is there another issue with it?
So we actually, the fitment of it was kind of difficult. We spent a lot of time. Our kit actually rotated the turbo 180 degrees on where it is factory, because it actually gave us more room to work with. But all the little hoses and things like that kind of go along with the turbo kit are actually the really complex part, is making sure that they route the right way, they're safe from all the heat. There's just a lot of little stuff that every time we look at it, we're like, we could make this a little bit better. And it just takes a lot of time, unfortunately.
Now, you're also assuming that the installer is intelligent enough to route the place to actually read instructions and put them in the right spot, too.
And that's been a huge focus for us. It's like we talked about with the firewall heat shield, is we know that most of our customers are installing their own products. So we actually go as far as, you can kind of see one of my technicians is back here cleaning up. We make him install stuff on the ground with regular hand tools. He sometimes is not exactly happy about that, but we want to install it the same way our customers are going to, because that'll let us see if there's issues with how difficult it is, or if it's impossible to get it out on jack stands. So we actually go very far with that kind of stuff to make sure it's as simple to install as possible.
Very cool. Very cool. Any other questions that we got in? I think we're good. Well, guys, thank you so much. I know you're going to be joining us. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. We're going to see you guys again and learn about some more products.
Yeah, exactly. I think we'll be back here tomorrow. We can show you kind of a different area of where we're at, and we'll know where we want to go with our mobile laptop here, and we'll be a little more prepared for that.
Very good, very good. What's the weather like out there?
I'm going to say it's warm for us, but you guys are going to scoff at me. I think it's like high 30s today.
Did you guys get out there to vote today?
I voted a long time ago.
Okay, right on.
I did my absentee right away.
Yeah, that's our excuse why we don't have to work a full day today. We're gonna head out to the polls today. So.
I tried that a bunch of days and people just look at me funny.
Right on. Well, thank you guys so much. We look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow, and we'll catch up with you then.
Thanks very much for having us on, guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.